Hello, Direct here. Welcome to the channel. Interesting news. Well, as you can see, we now have Kawasaki KLR650. That's right. This is my new ride. I've drank the Kool-Aid. And for a reference, next to it is my Yamaha XT250. There's a bit of a difference. I'll throw out some things real quickly. The Yamaha XT250 weighs about 290 pounds or so. The KLR650, this is a 2012 model. It weighs what, about 430 pounds. Yeah, it's going to take some getting used to for sure. Also, as you can see, it is definitely a much taller bike. Oh yeah, I'm on my tiptoes on the KLR when I'm sitting on this thing. Let's take her out for a quick ride and see how she feels. All right. Oh man, this thing is a beast, let me just tell you. All right, let's get her started. This is a tall motorcycle, there's no doubt about that. What a beast. Oh man. So, why did I get a KLR650? I'll touch into it on this video. I'm gonna make a little quick video today just because I'm busy. I got a lot of things going on, but I wanted to get it out here that I've got a new to me bike, and that's my story. Anyway, why the KLR650? Well, it actually was between three different bikes. I wanted to step up from the 250, of course. I'm not getting rid of the 250, but it has its limitations. And I wanted a bike that I could commute on and go on long trips. And the 250, I'm sure, is capable of that, but not comfortably at all. It has its uses, that's for sure, but extended periods on the highway, no, is not one of them. I am on my tiptoes right now. Man, this bike is tall. So with the KLR650, I have a 6-gallon gas tank. Yeah, 6 gallons. This thing has a range of 300 miles, give or take. I just wanted something I could feel comfortable with, taking on longer rides on the asphalt, and also be able to take it off-road. Now, speaking of off-road, I do intend to take it off-road, maybe not as intense as that 250, especially if I'm by myself. One reason is this bike weighs, a cool 430 pounds. 430 pounds. My XT250 weighed just under 300 pounds. So there's a bit of a difference in weight. All right, let's take her out on the highway. We'll get a little speed under her, see how she feels. Okay, here we go. I just got out of the shop. I bought the bike. It's obviously used. It's 2012. The bike sat in storage for 3 years, and sit for a few years, and the carburetor was toast, gummed up. So I did a rebuild on that, changed out all the other fluids. I changed out the bash guard, put a metal bash guard on it, put a center stand on it. The tires are almost new, but I had the tires checked anyway just to make sure that, you know, they're safe. What else did I do? I think that was it. It might have been something else. Anyway, one thing I don't really like are the mirrors on this thing. They're the kind that if you get out in the bush, you can just flip them down, but you get any wind on them and they're jacked. So I have to constantly adjust those. But man, what a different ride on the asphalt than the XT250. But she gets right on up to 50 easy, and it's comfortable. Such a different ride than the 250. Now this is my second bike I've ever owned, so you know, take my experience for what it is. I've only been riding the Yamaha XT250 for how long? Almost 2 years now. Thoroughly enjoy that bike. I'm not getting rid of it, or I don't currently have any plans to get rid of it. But I was looking at the KLR650, the Yamaha Tenere 700, which are like unicorns right now. You can't find those bikes, and a Honda CB500X. Those are the three bikes I was trying to move into, and I kind of landed on the Honda CB500X, but I just had a difficult time finding one. And in the end, I landed on the KLR. Now I know the new ones just came out. As a matter of fact, I was in Vegas, Las Vegas yesterday, standing in front of the new 2022 KLR650s, fuel injected. I was standing in front of a whole row of them, all the new models, the adventure model. Man, I was close to pulling the trigger on that one, let me tell you. But my thinking is this: I will probably get that motorcycle. I'm pretty sure I will, as a matter of fact. However, I went used, I put a little work in one for half the price of a new one. And this one has already got all the armor on it and the pannier racks. Doohickey's done. Everything's done on this bike, so I didn't have to waste time. The only thing I got to do to this bike right now is the foot pegs. I got to deal with those. They suck. Foot pegs absolutely suck. They look like they suck on the new one too, so I'll have to do that. But that's besides the point. Back to my original. Got the used one. She's ready to roll. She's ready to ride. I figured I'm going to drop this bike. I know I'm going to drop this bike. So I wanted to have a used bike to get acquainted with the increase in weight, the difference in mobility, all those things before I moved into a new model. And I mean, the Gen 3s, the new KLRs, it's not going to hurt to wait a few months to a year and see if there's any problems, like a recall or something. So far, everyone's just loving them, and man, I'm sure I'd love it too, but I can wait a little while, maybe, I don't know. The guy was like, yeah, go ahead and sit on it. I'm talking about the new KLR yesterday in Vegas. Yeah, go ahead and sit on it. And I was like, nah, that's not a good idea. I'm not going to sit on that bike. If I sit on that bike, I'm going to buy the bike. So I'm just going to stand off to the side and have a look and think about riding my 2012 KLR. So there you have it. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, see, this is the thing. The minute you get to speed up, the wind just blows these things down like that. So you can't really see anything. Hey, what's up, dude? And yeah, I don't know how much I like those. One thing this I gotta get used to with this bike is the wider turning. Man, maybe I'm just being a little too cautious here, but when you're sitting on this thing, the fairing here, all this plastic is it makes you feel like you're sitting on this horse, and it makes me want to turn wide, like really wide. I got to be careful about that. Man, it is mid-October right now. Absolutely beautiful day. If I wasn't riding this, I'd be on the XT250 out in the woods somewhere, out in the desert, mucking about. Absolutely beautiful. Maybe I'll have to take this out in the desert. I got to get her on the dirt soon. An easy dirt road, easy dirt loop, just to start my confidence building. Yeah, see, here's the thing that's kind of getting me is going in the curves. I'm like all spooked that I'm just gonna lay this down. No, that one went pretty good. First few rides I was like coming way out, so I gotta be careful on that. But I didn't get to ride it much before I put it in the shop. I only had it for a few days and then went straight to the shop. Where does this go? Let's have a look over here. We're just kind of exploring neighborhoods now. You know, I think I want to get some speed on this thing again. Let's take it back on the highway. All right, let's get some speed again. See how she feels. There we go. Really curious to see what it's like to ride this for a few hours just on the asphalt, or a little trip or something. Might have talked Jen into getting one of these. Yes, indeed. I think I'm gonna like this bike. I think I'm gonna like it. Yeah. There we go. I mean, nah, it's not so bad. It's not so loose, but wow. What an absolutely different experience it is riding this bike versus the 250. I mean, the obvious, you know, it's a 650 versus 250, but I mean, just with the height of the bike, the weight of the bike, the feel of the bike, it's just so different. Not a bad different. Man, just listen to that thumper, huh? Got me a thumper. Now let's just go straight. Yeah. Oh man, that was a good ride. All right, thanks for joining me on the ride. Let's have a quick look at my 2012 KLR 650. So like I said, bike came already installed, crash guards. I put metal bash guard on. I also had a center stand put on. Pannier racks already on it. I do not like the foot pegs. Got a heavier duty shifter on there. And one thing I noticed about the new KLR models, their shifters all look like this, so that's good to know. Everything looks good in the bike, the hoses, wires, so being in storage, nothing happened. I mean, everything just looks really clean. And I already got the hand guards on. You know, there's little things like that there and armor there, so she's good to go. Oil looking good. right, man. I think it's a good looking bike. What I mentioned about the seat, they scooped out a little of the seat here, some of the foam, and then restitched it. So that's better. There you have it. Here she is, new to the stable. 2012 KLR 650. All right, folks, stay tuned. Gonna be more adventures on this bike here. As always, thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Lots more riding to come. We'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios.